Welcome back to a special edition episode of Coach's Corner, this time Boys Baseball Edition. I'm Jake Lancer with Danny Lynch for HWTV, and today we're back with varsity boys baseball head coach Jared Halpert. The Wolverines are gearing up for the first round of the CIF playoffs against Los Alamitos.
Okay, we're just going to get right into it. Who is one player that you think has surprised you throughout the season, and what do you think they're going to do in this postseason?
I think a lot of our athletes, surprise maybe isn't the right word, but Marty Kaplan. Marty Kaplan has for sure exceeded expectations in a specific area of baseball, which his defense has been remarkable. I am impressed. I am proud of him. I'm excited to watch him go play in practice. So yesterday he just made another amazing leaping, crashing into the fence catch. Marty has been a staple of the outfield this year. Really impressed by Marty Kaplan. Yeah.
Going into CIF playoffs, where do you think the strengths of Los Alamitos are, who are 18-8-2, to your 27-1, and how do you think your team can combat them?
We haven't had a ton of scouting Los Alamitos. We've got some information. We know that they've had a ton of talent. They're a storied program. They got a phenomenal coach. We expect it to be a very competitive game. I would imagine that they're throwing their number one arm, who I believe is a Long Beach State commit, and we're preparing for baseball. We're certainly we always try our best to make it specific to who we're going to be playing, but if we can execute and play our game, I think we've got a good chance to come out successful.
Going into the game, you've probably been analyzing your team a lot. What do you think your team's strengths and weaknesses are?
A strength of ours towards the end here has been probably the even keel of our program. We're really not a too high, too low. We're kind of status quo. I'm not sure if to pick a particular weakness that we have. I think we're pretty well-rounded and versed, and I think we're going to fare pretty well here in the playoffs.
This team is coming off or going into the playoffs as CIF champions. Yes, this team is very different than the team last year, but how do you think this plays into your team's mindset?
Yeah. Experience is invaluable, and having that opportunity last year to go through the gauntlet of playoffs itself amongst some of the most talented teams, I would argue, in the country. I think the athletes that were on the field and got to experience that, they're ready for this. Yeah.
Going off of that question, not just even last year, but having seniors like Toussaint Blythewood, Jacob Galloway, who have been doing this for 3 years already in the playoffs, how does having their experience help the rest of the guys on the team?
Yeah, I think it definitely attributes to our strength that I alluded to, our even keel. We're not too high, we're not too low. I think the leaders on the team, know that we can handle just about any situation that's going to be put in front of us, whether we're ahead, behind, right? Need to make a big play in a crunch situation. I think the kids know that they're able to do that.
How do you think the last series against Chaminade will sort of motivate the guys heading into the playoffs?
Wonderfully well. Losing the last game of the season, we were discussing as a coaching staff. The last time we did that was with the Drew Bowser, Pete Crow Armstrong year, our 20 class there, and ended in historic fashion at Notre Dame to end the year, which gave them the league title, and obviously the team as a whole were very disappointed. Wanted to win. I think it was a wonderful tool of motivation, and I think a little bit of dark in your heart as you head into the playoffs is a wonderful thing to have.
Again, you guys are coming off an amazing season, going 27-1. How do you make sure you guys stay engaged throughout the playoffs?
Fortunately, that's not something I'm going to have to do. When your life is on the line as a team, one loss and you're done, you're going to stay excited. I anticipate even being this even kill team that I've alluded to. I think excitement is not going to be something that we're going to need to find. We're going to be fired up to get out there and go do this.
I was talking to pitcher Jacob Magna about just the team's energy and I guess the goals for the season in general. And he said that their mindset, or your guys' mindset going into the first game, was we either want to lose our first game or go all the way, nothing in the middle. Can you talk about that sort of mindset that you have for the team?
I don't know if that's my mindset in particular, but I think what that speaks of is our expectations as a program, and maybe just the fact that we want to be in the last game, and competition and victory and defeat, is at your fingertips here. And I think what Jacob was maybe trying to convey was just how much we hold our standard at the highest level and want to make this run and play as long as we can.
Your playoff run is very mixed with teams that you have played and haven't played. Is there any one team or player that you're most concerned or most excited to be facing off against?
I definitely can't say concerned, but we love to compete against the best in the country, and I think that's what Southern California offers. And the Division I Southern section, biased obviously being in the middle of it, I think it's the best baseball that this country has to offer, and getting to play anyone, Los Alamitos, to whoever the number one seed is. It's all going to be great baseball. It's a way to evaluate where you're at as a team and a program, and we're just really excited to get out there and compete.
One of the things I love about this team is how you try and get all the guys on the field during games. How does the sort of strategy of not just that, but just in general, how does, I guess, a regular season baseball game compare to a postseason baseball game strategy-wise for you?
Well, it's kind of a two-part question, Jake, but these kids put in their lives into this, and I'm weary about saying deserve. I think it's a tricky word to play into, but this team and every single member of it deserves to get on that field and contribute on the field. And if there's ever an opportunity for us to give what these young men have earned and deserved, then we are happy to do it. It's difficult when you're talking about trying to win, because when the season starts and the scoreboard is on, we're trying to win. We're trying to win every game. How that plays into what our lineup may look like, or what substitutions may look like throughout the playoffs. I'll be as transparent as I can and say we're going to try to win these games.
I was looking at the structure of the CIF playoffs, which are really spread out. They're 3 to 4 days apart compared to during your season where you had 3-game series that were 1 day apart and 2 days apart. Does that change what your pitch rotation is going to be or give you more flexibility?
Certainly. Yeah. Going from 3 games a week, where back-to-back games are extremely important. We've got up to 3 and 4 days at times. So you can expect to see Tommy Bridges will be our game 1 starter. Avery Thaw will be our game 2 starter. And after that, it's literally just going to be matchups. You may not see the number of arms that we were able to get to throughout our season with 3 games a week, but you're definitely going to see some familiar faces. Yeah.
And what do you think the biggest advantages are of other teams having a first round bye, seeing as you might play them later?
I don't. I don't think it's an advantage. Playing this game and playing it often is always going to prove successful. Repetition. This is a game of reps. Baseball's played every day. As is the professional rankings, playing 162 games of regular season baseball. So I know that those teams that have the bye are going to be prepared, and they're ran by amazing coaches and they're amazing programs. If I had a choice, I would never take a bye. Yeah, I want to play, and I want to play all the time.
Coach, you guys are 9-1-1 at home this year. How does playing at O'Malley, especially during this first playoff game, how is it going to help you guys?
I think just that. It's our home. We're on the field every day, with the fictitious and literal blood, sweat, and tears, and it always means a little bit more when you get to look around and see familiar faces, especially I know for the seniors that, that is their home and a place they've been able to call that for the last 4 years.
Feels like you have everyone back at the right time. Are there any injuries right now that are going to be sort of preventing you guys from doing what you want to do?
I don't think it's fair for the kids that have been out there and that have been playing, to say what could be or would be without an injury. Losing anyone at any time is so difficult for the team, for the individual. It's heartbreaking. I think the kids that have been given and had some opportunities this year have done a great job, and we're really proud of where they're at and what they've been able to accomplish.
Lastly, for me, the way the bracket is structured, you're currently on a collision course with Jay Sarah, a team you went 1-1 against. So I guess that just leads into my question of asking, would you rather play a team that you have some experience against this year, or would you rather go fresh into a team you haven't played at all this year?
Yeah. Brett and I, who is the Jay Sarah head coach, are professional colleagues. We're very close off the field. Whenever I have a chance to play him or put our teams together, I think we're looking forward to that opportunity. So, in speaking about Brett specifically in this collision course, I hope that we're both given an opportunity to play each other in that quarterfinal round. That would be a lot of fun.
My final question is, we talked about how you're going to start Tommy Bridges. What did you factor in to him being the starter?
Just the course of the year. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, everything is earned. And Tommy was given that opportunity early on. And I think won the position of being our game one starter and has been our Tuesday start every week so far. Really wasn't a decision. It was just a matter of fact that Tommy's going to go 1 and Avery's going to go 2. And it's not to say that Avery hasn't had an unbelievable year. I think it feels more like we have 2 number 1s going. It's just Tommy's going to go first and Avery's going to go do his job second.
And then what are your just final expectations of just going into this playoff? Like, what are you hoping for and what do you think will happen?
To say I want us to go out there and compete and give it our best, I don't think that's really even necessary to acknowledge. I want to win. We want to win. We're playing this game to win the games. I'm proud of the kids no matter what happens. They've given everything they've had throughout this entire year and the seniors, their career here. I hope we win, if I'm going to say hope, for them, because it's such a wonderful thing to experience and a gift for them. But expectations, we're winning, Danny.
Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck to you guys against Los Alamitos. I'm Danny Lynch with Jake Lancer. We'll see you next time on Coach's Corner. Enjoy the game.